Ask your doctor if Xizor is right for you. Hello there, Star Wars fans, and welcome back to another RebelScum.com video review. Today, we are reviewing the new Star Wars Black Series Shadows of the Empire, Prince Xizor. I can't believe I'm really saying that. I can't believe I'm announcing a Shadows of the Empire figure in 2025. This is incredible, and I can only hope that we have these awesome Shadows of the Empire updates coming in the 3/3 scale, the vintage collection as well, because while we do have a lot of these characters, Prince Xizor, and some of the upcoming ones like the 2-pack featuring Leia Bouch and Emperor's Royal Guard disguise Luke Skywalker in Black Series 6-inch scale, and already had them previously in 3/3 scale, they're kind of due for an update, am I right? I mean, yes, Prince Xizor does have a fully articulated figure in a comic pack, but still, he's still due for an update, at the very least, on a single TVC card back, am I right? Anyway, back to the Black Series figure at hand here. Here he is in the packaging. He is number 1 in the Shadows of the Empire packaging, and I cannot think of a more perfect character to be in the number 1 spot of the Shadows of the Empire packaging. While some fans might argue for Dash Rendar, and yes, I agree, Dash Rendar would be a good contender for the number 1 spot, being our featured protagonist of that series, I feel like with a title such as Shadows of the Empire and an emphasis on the crime and the scum and villainy of the galaxy far, far away, Prince Xizor better fits that number 1, being the main antagonist and the, well, embodiment of scum and villainy in that story. So, there he is in the packaging. On the side, you got that side banner profile artwork. On the back, you got a brief little bio as well as that artwork once again. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. Here is Prince Xizor out of the packaging, and he looks absolutely incredible. They nailed this guy, and like I said while he was in the packaging, I really, really hope we get Shadows of the Empire updated in TVC 3/3 scale as well, because you guys absolutely need this update in your scale in your collections too. This figure is the best representation of Prince Xizor so far. They really nailed his design. The robes look so good. I love the fringes there on his shoulder pads, and it goes all the way down. Nice paint job on that gold trim too. The belt looks really good, even down here on the lower part of the robes, on the little frills, on the ribbon bit right there, which I really like too. And then you have a little bit of a combination of cloth goods mixed in here. I wish there was a little bit more, because you guys know I'm more of a cloth goods guy myself. Like maybe some more cloth goods down here instead of soft rubbery plastic. Leaving the soft rubbery plastic here and here would be totally fine, but maybe down here having some cloth goods would have been nice. But I could see where that probably would have upped the budget a little bit, especially with the gold trim on the fabric, but who ultimately knows really. That aside, that green lizard-like skin does look absolutely good. That face sculpt, man, Faline, in my opinion, almost look like green Weequay. They're really not far off from each other physiologically, or at least in my opinion. I mean, Weequay have just a little bit more. They're definitely more scale-like. Their skin definitely is harder, and they have a little bit more horns. But that aside, like in the way that the sockets of their skull protrude forward is very similar in my opinion. And I don't know, I just feel like with some adjustment, this Faline head sculpt could maybe be tooled into some really good Weequay head sculpts, and maybe we could finally get a Return of the Jedi Skiff Guard Weequay in 6-inch scale one day with the help of this sculpt right here. Who knows? We'll see. That said, you got his ponytail right here, and then his other ponytail right there. I absolutely love the scaling on the back. The texture of it looks so good with how the plates just sit on top of each other. Now, these plates aren't articulated, but you do get that awesome plate and scale texture, and it continues onto the back of the neck sculpt, and the front of the neck is different and more kind of smooth and more human-like or humanoid-like we're used to. The talons on the hands are nice and long. They're like this brownish color, and they're on both hands really, really well. You have some of that purple and some of that gold trim and jewelry detailed on his hands and wrists as well. There is a lot of awesome detail that went into this guy. And then let's go ahead and go over the staff as well. He's got this really, really awesome golden staff. Now, this thing also has the black sun symbol there at the top. You got a little bit of purple ribbon there, some cool textures all the way down, and there's the butt of the staff. It also kind of reminds me of the Staff of Ra a little bit from Indiana Jones. What about you guys? The new Prince Xizor is fully articulated, head is on a ball joint, neck is also on a ball joint inside that torso, fully articulated shoulders. You do get a full 360, however, some of that articulation is of course impeded by these shoulder pads that go out quite far. No upper bicep joints, but you do have those inner butterfly socket joints in there in the torso. Swivel joint right there at the top of the elbow, and then normal single jointed elbow joints. Good wrist joints there. Waist, you do have hip joints under the soft rubbery plastic skirt. It splits in a few different places, so you can still get some pretty decent articulation. Nice purple pants, by the way. Hips, no upper thigh swivel joint or anything like that. Single jointed knees. Swivel at the top of the wrap there, and ankle joints as well. And I also got to say, I love how they completed the wrap look. They didn't give him any fancy boots, which I think is interesting about his design, especially considering his status and position and his wealth. It's so strange that he is so gilded and covered in gold and ceremonial looking, except right here. He doesn't have any fancy boots. He's wrapped. How odd. You know, not bad for our first Falleen in Black Series 6-inch scale. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's review featuring the new Black Series 6-inch scale, number 1 in the Shadows of the Empire packaging, Prince Xizor of the Black Sun Crime Syndicate. This figure was absolutely incredible in my opinion. I really, really, really loved the scaling on his back in particular. I feel like they really, really nailed that. Plus the talons in his hands and the combination of cloth goods and soft rubbery plastic. Hey, I'll take it. Stay tuned for more Black Series reviews by liking and subscribing and following us on social media, and of course, checking out the main website, rebelscum.com, daily for daily Star Wars fan content, news, reviews, and more. And don't forget, Rebel Scum Con Year 2 is coming up August 8th through the 10th, 2025 at the Frisco Conference Center, and you can check out all of our other websites and channels by scanning the QR code right over here, and you can follow me at Triptychonus on TikTok and Instagram by scanning the QR code over here. And we'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. May the Force be with all of you, you Rebel Scum.